What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
And a very good day, everybody. I hope the day is treating you all well. Well, this is definitely a first for me. Trying out streaming on the tube. It seems to be working okay. Everything's looking okay. The only thing I could not get to work properly was the chat within OBS, but that's not a big deal. It's a minor inconvenience, if nothing else. Something that I need to look into anyway. But yeah, so like I say, I hope everyone's having a good day. And yeah, on the tube. So, what are we doing? It looks fairly obvious here, I think. We're in Fernbus, and I only recently found this. I've been streaming on Twitch at the bus, and loving it a lot actually, and it was through that I found Fernbus. And when I say found it, I've had Fernbus for a long time, and I just never got around to actually playing it, to be honest. But yeah, so here we are in Fernbus. Not a new game, not a new simulator, but one that I'm really enjoying at the moment. So I really hope everything's going to work. I should have tested the controls, which I didn't do, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So let me just have a quick check of the graphics. One thing that they haven't fixed is every time you reload back in, you end up with like 0.25 lens flare, which I always take off in motion blur and all the rest of it. So I just want to make sure 100% that don't have anything else there. And everything else is set on Epic. It did that itself. It's a 1080 or a GTX 1080 Ti graphics card, and according to this, when you do auto detect over here, yeah, and you can see my mouse cursor as well. Excellent. Yeah. So whenever you do that, it actually does show up as epic. So whatever that means. Anywho, so let's accept that and let's get into the game. Yeah, I think everything else is all okay. Like I said, I really should have tested the controls beforehand. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Right, so let's get in here and have a wee look. Yeah, the only reason I'm continuing to use the Scania is because within Fernbus itself there's multiple vehicles, and you have to set up all the different controls per vehicle. I haven't done that yet. Really because there's been so much to do with getting the streaming sorted out, getting new graphics sorted out. It's a lot of work, actually. It's a lot of work, and but hopefully this works on YouTube. It certainly looks like it's working on YouTube. I'm looking over my shoulder, actually. I've got a second computer, and I've got one of the monitors on a swivel mount, so it looks like I've got two people watching, which is probably me watching it twice in different monitors. So there we go. So please feel free to pop into the chat and say hello if you so wish, or just sit there and have a listen and have a watch. Alright, we're not getting this game started, are we? Let's get going. Right, the one thing that confused me a lot about this to start with was, yes, I've just opened a bottle of Diet Coke, in case you heard that noise. One thing that confused me is how do you get started? Well, in the early days you don't have enough experience to use any of the FlixBus routes, so what you have to do is create your own routes here, and that's what these routes are: Hanneville to Bielefeld and so on. Still learning. Haven't read the manual yet. I generally don't read manuals. You know, I like to just have a play around, but I might do this one actually. I might do this one. Hanover to Steinhut, then off to Bielefeld. One thing about Fernbus is I do have a lot of accidents. I'll be the first to admit that. I have a lot of accidents, and some of them are really because of the bad lighting at night. I was driving along over the Christmas period, and it was late at night and it was snowing, and even on full beam I couldn't see a thing. You know, maybe I have the settings a little bit too dark, I don't know, but again, it's more fiddling, more messing about with buttons. So bear with me a moment, just going to have a drink here. And one thing I've already noticed is Viper Strike is in the house, but it didn't pop up on my chat. So this is going to be very interesting. Good to see you, mate. And the reason I know you're there is because I looked over my shoulder and I see a Viper Strike saying, hey. So So thank you for doing that, actually. So welcome to the dark side, or is this the light side? You know what? Aha, you're actually showing up behind what I'm looking at. So let me get this out of the way, actually. Let me get this out of my way, is what I should be saying. Yeah, let me get that out of my way. So, yeah, welcome Viper Strike, and congratulations on your first stream the other day, mate. It's a job well done, and hope you do a few more. And like I say, I've only been doing this a month myself, and the first time I did it, it was like, how do I do this? You know, what am I supposed to be doing? And then somebody says, pretend you're talking to, I think it was Colonel Forky said, pretend you're talking to somebody across a table, having a coffee. And that's what I'm doing. So I think I've been here for probably, how long have I been streaming? 5-10 minutes? What's the time? Yeah, I've been here for 10 minutes on my own, but it doesn't really matter, because people that watch this stream in the future, the last thing they need is 10 minutes of silence, especially on a live stream. So it's a matter of blah, 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 blah. And hopefully you don't say anything rude or something that you're going to regret later. But I hope you're having a great day, Viper Strike. And Viper Strike 95 says, thanks, got a new webcam yesterday, so might do a test stream before Sunday. Yeah, you know what, my friend? It is so much testing. Audio levels and just getting your capture settings right. I've got mine, I think, working properly. And I say I think. I have been messing with the audio because, in my opinion, the game audio was a little bit too low compared to my voice. So what was happening is people were turning the volume down, and Alison, Alison with the one-liner. Greetings, Alison. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, I hope the grindstone isn't grinding you down too much, and I hope today's treating you well there. Yeah, you know what? I thought to myself, I've been on YouTube since 2000 and something or other, but I've never streamed on it, so I thought, let's give it a go. And Alison Johnson, she has the phrase, the wheels on the bus go round and round, and now they go round and round on YouTube. It feels very unclean, I tell you. But thank you guys. I very much appreciate you joining me. And so where are we? I think we're going to do the Hanover to Bielefeld route. And Kendra is amazing, because Kendra picks me up on every single thing that I miss. And I mean that with utmost respect. She'll say, you ran a red light. Okay, you didn't stop there. You didn't stop at the white line. It's almost like she's my driving instructor, and I really enjoy it, because at the moment I'm so focused on checking the chat, checking I don't run into things, I'm missing everything else around me. So it's a bit like I'm driving with stiff arms on the wheel at the moment. So, but I very much appreciate you guys and girls all stopping by, and that's what we're going to do. So I created this other day, Hanover to Bielefeld. You know what? I'm going to do a new one. Same route. But I am going to do Hanover to Bielefeld, but I'm going to make it a straight route, because when I add all these other ones, I need to try and remember it. And the trouble is I don't, and I don't want to be writing it down. For now, it's just a matter of more testing. And I want to make sure everything's all up and running. So let's start at Hanover, and let's head off to Bielefeld. And this is going to be a little short one. There we go, short route, 123 kilometres. That'll probably be done in about 20 minutes. And Alison says, remember, ladies and gents, to spammage the like button. Yeah, we have a like button now, don't we? I completely forgot all about that. And the only problem I have is I have zero idea if anyone's watching. Because I've got a little ticker here that shows who's watching, but it says 0. And I know it's definitely not 0. So... oh, we got 2 likes. Excellent. Well, thanks everybody out there. And for those of you that are not in the chat, please feel free to say hello if you wish. And if you don't, that's equally good. Just enjoy your company. Liked Seamus. Thank you, Viper Strike. 5 people are in. Thank you, Alison. All right, so here we go. War Hamster. Hey, how you doing, mate? How are you doing, Mr. Community Manager? Congratulations to you and Alison. And for everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, we're all members of the Two Tone Murphy group, and excellent community. And I'm going to use the word community before anything else because that's what it is. Although he does flight simming, if you haven't popped on over there, go and give him a visit. That's Two Tone Murphy. And so Alison and Warhamster are now community managers over there, so they do all the schmoozing with the public, and great lad and lass to do it. Hungover. Yeah, well, we're in Germany, Warhamster, so I've had many a hangover in there, mate. So, but not driving a bus. Alrighty, so let's get started. So let's save that one. And I didn't give it a route. It doesn't matter. At the moment, it doesn't really matter. But one thing that's good is I'm glad to see that my Streamlabs bot is working as well. Excellent. Next, okay. I do lose focus very, very easily here. And yet again, we're back in the Scania. One of these days, I'm going to actually jump in some of the other buses, but I need to make sure this is 100% accurate. So. 100% working before I start messing about with anything else. Okay, so 8 o'clock in the morning, realistic weather. Let's try dynamic. Let's give that one a go for a change. Alison says, catch you when I get home. Viper Strike 95 says, doing well, Alison. Also good to see you, Warhamster. Yep, absolutely. And hopefully we'll get a few more people, but from YouTube. And it was nice to see some people that I'd never spoken to before in Twitch the other day. And when I asked them, I said, how do you find this? Is up? They were just searching and they found my channel. So hopefully we'll get a few more people on YouTube later on, but it doesn't really matter. I'm having fun anyway, that's the main thing. Right, let's get started. And I'm going to try and not say so every time I open my mouth as well. I don't make any promises, but I will try anyway. So I have been messing with the audio, as I was saying earlier before Alison joined, because I think my audio from the microphone was so loud that people were turning the audio down, but then I think my game audio was like vanishing into the background a wee bit, so I turned that up just a little bit and I turned the mic down just a little bit. So, and I know Alison, you will certainly let me know if it doesn't work out, but the last thing you want is game audio being so loud that you can't hear the person talking, or it interrupts every like second syllable because of engine noise or whatever. So please feel free to let me know. And here we are. There we go. Just had to wait on the text just jumping in, but look at it, absolutely. And I know Katie UK was actually rather, she said she loves to see how excited I get when I've been playing these, and it's I do, you know. Simming is all about escape from reality for a bit. You know, today I'm driving a bus, and the other day we saw cows and goats, and yeah, exciting times for a bus driver. Right, let's get on the coach, and hopefully everything's working. I say that with a certain degree of optimism, but you just never know. There's always a button missing or something, and I'm pressing the wrong button already. Here we go. I've only been out of the bus a couple of days. Yet more computer problems. I think in the past 10 months I've fixed this computer twice, which is my gaming rig, and I fixed my main editing and photography computer 3 times. It's actually undergoing a third fix at the moment, but I think that was a disk drive that just decided to crash on me. Yeah, it's neither here nor there. Let's get going, although we're never going to get out of this place. One thing I did do was turn down the AI traffic, because if you ever have a chance to watch Squirrel's videos on Fernbus, they are excellent, but you will see him trying to get out of some of these junctions and he cannot get out because of the AI traffic. So that's why I've got this so early in the morning, and I'm still talking and I still need to shut the doors. So let's do this. Ignition in. Alrighty. So please let me know in the chat, like I said, if you can hear that okay. I think I've actually got my own audio turned down way too low actually. One Hamster talking to Viper says, doing good, pubs opened just today. That coincided with a big training week at work. Yeah, yep, and Viper says he loves Squirrel content. Absolutely, you know, Viper Strike. Squirrel was the guy that got so many of us interested in all those simulators that are out there. Absolutely love his content too. Right, I really am struggling to hear this audio from the engine. But please let me know, like I say, if you can hear it in the chat, because let me open the door. Yeah, I think I've turned it down a wee bit too much here. Bear with me, I'm just going to turn my own audio up for a second. Yeah, I'll log into the computer in a moment. So I just need to turn my audio monitor up a wee bit. Sounds good, says Warhamster, can hear the diesel. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And I'll log into the computer. Oh, let's log in now, actually. So there we go. Hanover Bielefeld, straight shot, an hour and a half. Oh, right. I think I've got my own audio too loud now. As I said earlier, this is very much a work in progress. And the door noises. Thank you, Warhamster. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, what it was I turned my own audio from my audio monitor way down. But I didn't actually have the simulator running at the time. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Handbrake off, in gear. Let's get moving. Oh, I left the doors open. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, hear that. So, thank you very much everybody for joining me. It's very kind of you. It's my first proper stream on YouTube. I'll say first proper because I've been on YouTube since like 2000 and single digits. And I've done some trial streams, but never actually done a proper stream as such. Oh, light was amber. I'm telling myself that the light was amber, which it was. I don't have any passengers at the moment, but which is probably just as well. But I do love the look at that. I do love what they're doing with the weather here. And believe it or not, Fernbus, even though it came out in 2017, is still in beta. This is beta version 28. And I know they've got a lot of... Whoa, right. I need to watch. There's a car in front. Which is great to see, you know, that they're still working on it. And of course, let's not forget the bus. And I probably will do another stream on the bus. It's a bit difficult to add extra content, but really the point of a stream is not purely about the content. You know what I mean? But I'm sure you guys and girls want to see something a little bit different as well. You know, rather than me going to Berlin Airport, from Berlin Airport to Alexanderplatz and back. And you know, I enjoy it, and I enjoy the chat with everyone in the community. But it would be nice, you know, that's the thing about Fernbus being an intercity simulator. Oh, and I didn't lower the bus either. That's why I'm leaning over a lot. And as I said it the other day, I still haven't read the manual on this. I'm not really a book, you know, I mean, I like reading some manuals, like maybe for RPGs and things like that, but for this I like to just have a mess around and play. And, you know, and if somebody says in the chat, hey Jim, or, you know, Seamus, you missed something, that's fine. I can hear Kendra's voice right now saying, you're not at the white line. Thank you, Kendra. She's here, even although she's not here. Her influence still extends. Oh, speed bumps. I wonder what's going to happen here. Wow, and you know what? That's wonderful. You actually felt the speed bumps in the steering wheel. They've done really well here, and I hope that the they actually improve the force feedback in the bus. And I still haven't figured out a lot of the stuff here, as I said earlier, but that's okay. Right, so passenger monitor, let's get that on. Destination display. And the funny thing is it's not funny, but the interesting thing is if you don't have these on, they won't get on the bus, because it's like, I don't know where you're going, dude. In a German accent, of course. So, front door open, rear door open, luggage open, engine off. Let's get off and let's get some money. Sorry, tickets. Let's get some tickets, which gives me money. Have I logged into the computer? Yes, I have. Okay. Alright. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Here, gentleman with the ticket.
Ich würde gern ein Ticket kaufen.
Okay, wants to buy one. As this is just checking to make sure we have space. Okay.
Sehr freundlich.
Absolutely.
Servus, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Gian. You're in there, thank you.
Sehr freundlich.
Salü, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Jonah, okay.
Ciao. Tag,
Try not
ich
to
hoffe,
move
ich
this
bin hier richtig.
about too much, but it's hard not to, so. Yeah, this express check-in. I tried it the other day, and it's like, well, let me look at her name. Her name is Myra. So her name is on there, okay, but I guess this is one thing I really should look into. So you do express check-in, and then you scan that. Because I saw Squirrel do this the other day.
Auf geht's.
And yeah, what I need to do is try that with everybody.
Mahlzeit. Hier, mein Ticket.
And see what happens, I guess. So Diego, you're on there,
Vielen
okay?
Dank.
Hallo, bitte sehr.
Lily. Yep, she's on there as well.
Vielen Dank.
Awesome. Guess probably need to be more in front of them.
Bitte
There we
sehr.
go.
Vielen Dank.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's easier than clicking the checking the name
Hier, mein
and
Ticket.
checking the name and clicking the tick there, but not to worry. Jara, okay, she's on there,
Vielen Dank.
Hi, fahren Sie in meine Richtung.
and Mary. All right, we just got Alexander to go. Could this be you? I probably need to get in front of him actually.
Hallo, ist das gültig?
All right, let's try it.
Danke sehr.
All right, looks like we have a full house. Awesome. So, I hope the day's treating everybody well. I got a what have we got, about a third of a busload of people here? All looking happy? Yep, absolutely excellent. No crisps, guys, no crisps. Alrighty. What are we doing? Shut the doors. In fact, let's get the ignition going again and get the engine going. Oh, wow, what's it doing? Good, okay. So yet again, it was my own fault. It will not start if you have it in gear, which is a good thing. Even though I do have my foot on the brake pedal, which I guess is force of habit, but not a bad one. So front door, luggage door, rear door, make sure the lift is lowered, the bus is lowered, okay, passenger announcement. And I hope this isn't too loud because I turned this up a wee bit as well. Again, more messing about with buttons.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei Flixbus. Wir freuen uns, dass ihr an Bord seid und wir
And I
gemeinsam
do get
unser
experience
heutiges
for this,
Reiseziel
and
ansteuern.
experience means
Bevor wir richtig in
more
Fahrt
routes.
kommen, hier
So,
ein paar Hinweise.
listen, I think they've done it
Auch
well.
bei
You know,
uns im Bus
they
gilt
don't
die
make it seem
gesetzliche
cheesy, you know.
Anschnallpflicht. Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während der gesamten Fahrt an. In den
Oh,
Sitztaschen
Wi-Fi.
vor euch
There we go.
findet ihr unsere Bordkarte mit weiteren Sicherheitshinweisen
How could I forget?
und Infos zu unserem Snack- und Getränkeangebot.
There we go. Wi-Fi,
Eine Toilette
restroom, and
befindet sich in
reading
unserem
lights. We're all good.
Einstiegsbereich. Wer
Fuel,
kostenlos
3/4
surfen
of the
will,
tank.
wählt sich
Excellent.
einfach in unser WLAN-Netz ein. Unser Reisetipp fürs Internet? Schaut doch mal auf unserer Facebook-Page vorbei. Unser Team freut sich riesig über eure Likes und Nachrichten. Sollte euer Akku zur Neige gehen, kein Problem. Viele unserer Sitze sind mit Steckdosen ausgestattet und entsprechend gekennzeichnet. So könnt ihr euer Smartphone die gesamte Fahrt über nutzen.
Stay there.
Wenn ihr eure nächste Fahrt
Oh,
auch gleich mobil
dear.
buchen wollt, holt euch
I
einfach
knew it.
unsere App.
That's how I had an accident the other day. Somebody did that.
Online angeboten. Auf flixbus.de stehen täglich brandaktuell alle Infos und Städteverbindungen für euch bereit. Natürlich wollen wir unseren Service ständig weiter verbessern. Für Feedback zu eurer Fahrt nutzt bitte den Fragebogen, den wir euch per E-Mail zuschicken. Wir danken für eure Aufmerksamkeit.
And I will read that in a moment,
entspannte
Viper.
Fahrt und viel Spaß
I see what
an
you're saying.
Bord bei
Let me get
Flixbus.
on the Autobahn.
Hello and welcome to Flixbus.
Let me get
We're
this
glad
guy
to
stop
have you on
talking as
board
well.
and that we can get you to your favorite destination today.
I will read that
Before
momentarily,
we
sir.
set off, we would like to share some information about the journey. The wearing of seatbelts is compulsory on board the bus. Therefore, please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire journey. In the seat
Oh,
pocket in
air
front of
conditioning.
You will find our information card containing further safety instructions and details of our snacks and beverages.
20.
There's a restroom located
21
in
Celsius,
the
there we
rear
go.
boarding area. If you would like to browse the internet free of charge, simply log on to our onboard Wi-Fi network. If your battery runs out, no problem. Many of our seats are equipped with power outlets which are marked accordingly. If you would like to book your next journey while you're on the road, simply download our app onto your smartphone so you can take advantage of our many exclusive online discounts. For more information, simply visit flixbus.com or get in touch with us on Facebook. Of course, we're always striving to improve our service. Please use the questionnaire we send you by email to give us feedback about your journey. You can also use it to share your suggestions, ideas, and requests. We are always ready to assist. And now, we can finally set off. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a relaxing journey and enjoy traveling with Flixbus.
I think eventually I'm going to get tired of that announcement, but it gives me experience, and at the moment that is one thing that I'm sadly lacking in. So, excellent. Hope this stays read long enough for me to catch up with the chat here. And it probably won't. So what does Viper Strike say? It says, did you know, Seamus, that from 1714 to 1837 Hanover was by personal union the family seat of the Hanoverian kings of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland? Wow. I did not know that. Very interesting, mate. Very interesting. So as you saw there, I didn't have the air conditioning on. I didn't have the Wi-Fi on, and they will certainly let you know. The passengers on here will certainly let you know. But I'm just wondering, and I'm just going to have a quick look at the map here. But let me get a straight bit of road actually. Where's me mouse? There we go. Ah. Oh, goodness me. You know, this is why I'm glad I check the map every so often. I should have done a left turn there. So, I was wondering why I'm still on 442. Goodness me. Oh, looks like there was a Photoshop there. Hanover Television Tower. Right, so, the thing here is I wonder how long it's going to be before... Oh, look at that. Okay, that's not too bad. You know, either way I'm going to be able to turn round, but wow, I should have been looking at that, but there we go, lost again. And that's the thing about this, is you really have to keep an eye on things. If I'd have checked that I needed Route 2, but I didn't. And I'm thinking 442, where am I heading? But it's all good. I'm not going to try to do a U-turn, it'll probably take like 65 different attempts to do it here. By this little village here, little town here, we should be fine, I think. I wonder if it shows that I've discovered this then, now that I've been here. Oh, there you go, do you hear the goats? Oh, the cockerel going. Wow. Very, very intriguing. Oh, there we go. That was a goat. Maybe the first one was a sheep's. Probably a sheep. Oh, there we go. Hope the audio is coming through loud enough. Why is it there's never a right or a left turn when you need one, you know, to circle back around at? So let me have a quick look. Let me have a quick look at the map here. What's it tell me to do? Oh yeah, it is. It's just going to keep me going. So, okay. Excuse me there. Yeah, you know what, Viper? History is something I find interesting, but it's all reading stuff, and I don't know, I could never sit down and focus on it. You know, when somebody says interesting facts, I find them fascinating, of course, but never really much of a historian myself. I was more the maths and physics, and I think we've mentioned that before. But yeah, this definitely feels weird, being on YouTube. I was watching Alpha Gaming and Harris Heller, and I noticed that he's moved from Twitch to YouTube full time, and he said that he lost like 10 grand a month. I mean, he can afford it, you know, and but you know, obviously it was a calculated decision on his part, and he does come up with some really interesting points, actually. Very, very good streamer, very, very good. Well, let me reword that. Not a good streamer, but he's very, very knowledgeable, very informative. That's probably what I'm thinking about there. But then again, he looks at it from a business perspective, you know. So I'm wondering what's going on here. Let me have a look at the map again. Yeah, it's going to get me to turn around at the end, actually. But one thing I have found, and if you keep it on 21 Celsius, they never seem to complain. And I've only done a few trips on this now, maybe 5 or 6. But it seems like 21 Celsius, which to me is a bit warm on a bus. But they do seem to enjoy it at that temperature. Just make sure you turn that Wi-Fi on though. Okay. But I wish there was a bit more of a sensation of forward movement, and I think that's why I've been clipping the curb a lot, because I go into the corners way too fast. And I mean, there's 17 kilometers, that's more than fast enough. So this could be either way. Let's go straight on. You know what, let's do a straight on and turn. Oh, dude. Yeah, I think this will be easier than trying to do a right turn back there. So, what is Viper said? It's fine, Seamus. The point about simulators is to learn more about the places we go from. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Flight Simulator. You know, I was flying across... Yep, I actually do fly in Flight Simulator, believe it or not. And I was flying across the south coast of England from Shoreham to Dorset. Shoreham, and I'm not quite sure which county Shoreham is in, but I flew across to Dorset, all places that I've been to, all places that I've lived in, and it was just incredible. And that was in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, trying to be very, very cautious here. I mean, I am in a big bus. Whoa, clip that curb. Oh, please don't. So like it's in the AI is a little bit unintelligent sometimes, but you know, again, you get bad drivers in real life. And I'm saying bad as opposed to aggressive, because we've all made mistakes on the roads, you know. Like I just pulled out in front of a policeman. See, that's not aggressive, that was bad driving. I didn't look left. Kendra would have picked me up on that. Look left, look right, look left again, then come out of the junction. Or is that just in the UK? I can never remember which way is which, to be honest. Anywho, let's get back on track. I'm hoping I'm not going to be too late, because yeah, I am taking those corners way too fast. I hope I'm not going to be too late because the points that I made by playing the announcement, which to be honest for you guys and girls is probably going to be a little bit monotonous after a while, but I do get points for it. And something else I didn't do was I didn't start my trip computer. Check-in, sail routes, cancel. Yeah, I didn't actually do my check-in here, which says I can't remember, start or something. That I've lost points for that already. Don't want to lose any more points really. It doesn't matter really too much, but it's a simulator. But in to Viper Strike's point, simulators are there to do them as best you can if you wish, or just put it in gear and ignore everything else, whether it's an aircraft or a bus or a car, But I like to try and do things properly, within reason, But this is certainly a nice simulator if you enjoy being on the ground. It's fairly relaxing, but you see that's one thing, that the light glare. So if I was to shut the window blinds, oh look, they don't come down far enough. So it really, other than maybe controlling the temperature within the bus, they don't do a great deal for me at the moment. So, but yeah, that's my blinds. They're not doing a huge deal. I'm really surprised to see that my Streamlabs bot is working as well, which is very, very good. I guess, when I've got more time under my belt, when I've got several months of streaming, everything's set up, all the games are set up, won't be such a novelty. But for me at the moment, everything I do, every stream is a test for levels and audio and gaming and controls and everything. So let's keep our ears open for them goats again, guys. Yep, I get excited when I hear goats. And no comments about being Scottish, please. Oh, there they go. Look at those lights, love it. I think was that a cow? There's that cockerel again. Yeah, and I'm doing 15 less than the speed limit. That was one thing I did notice with when I was watching Squirrel the other day. He was able to keep the speed up a lot. I find with this bus it's very sluggish, and I know it's not the controls. It's probably the fact that I might be too far away from the accelerator. Maybe I'm not pressing it down hard enough, perhaps. A minor inconvenience, like everything. But yeah, so you can see there it's very, very difficult to see through that glare actually. I mean, realistic, in all honesty. I remember many moons ago I was driving a Ford Cortina, and you could tell that the previous owners had never cleaned the windscreen, or they were heavy smokers. There was this thick layer of dust, I guess, or smoke on the inside, and the sun hit it like that, and it was dreadful. I couldn't even see out the windscreen, and I literally had to stop. And this was when I was in my teens. I didn't know about having I don't even think wet wipes were around then, but having stuff to clean the windscreen and stuff was like, I had no idea. I think I got a newspaper and just cleaned it off. But so to me that is realistic. That's exactly what it's like when you're heading into the sun. Okay, I got 15 minutes. Let's see how far I've got to go, guys. Oh, dearie me. So, yeah, it's taken me 45 real minutes to get here. And I've got 15 game minutes, which is probably 5 minutes real time to get all the way to Bielefeld. Yeah. But at least I didn't leave the passengers behind like I did the other day. And for anyone that didn't see that, it was actually quite... You know what, let me get driving, then I'll tell you the story. And I need to look at the map when I'm on a straight line, because when you stop a map on a curve like that and jump back in, it's a little disorientating. So let me get... Oh, and here's the rain. Well, at least it'll clean the bus. Anyway, let's get out of here, guys. Sweet. So, the other day, I stopped at a rest stop. Because in Fernbus, it doesn't do anything annoying like those loud yawns that you get in Euro Truck Simulator, which I've actually turned off. But if you don't take a rest, even the passengers say, hey, we need a break. And I did that, and I think the passengers actually did get back on, because I reviewed the video and they were sitting down, but I didn't check them in. So I did lose points for that. And you know, again, it's what would happen in real life. You know, I mean, if you let people up, you need to make sure they're all back on the coach again. So the interesting thing about this is it's only been a few days since I was actually been in Fernbus. I forgot to turn the air conditioning on. I forgot to turn the heating on. Ooh, there he goes. I forgot the Wi-Fi. I forgot to turn the lights on for the toilet. I forgot to turn the lights on for the bus, and I forgot to shut the doors. But it's all good. But I'm looking forward to getting back into the tram as well. There's so much going on between beta updates on all three of these. Excuse me, I've lost a little bit of threads about which update is next. And but I know there was an update in Fernbus, I think it was late April. And then there was a minor update on top of that, but again, I'm not really sure. There's thunder going. But, you know, unless it's something really that I've noticed in the simulator myself, I generally don't go through the beta update to see what's improved. I know with the bus, because it is so early in the early access, I do tend to check that a lot actually. But I think the best thing for me was the controls. But I think that was something that I did myself as well. I actually turned off the speed, what's it called? Basically, when you're driving fast, you understeer, and I turned that off. And that's really just because that I cannot. There's no sensation of moving. At the moment, I'm doing 80 kilometers an hour, 50 miles an hour. That is, and there's no forward movement. So I turned that off because it was very, very difficult to get right. For me anyway. Okay. And the thing I have to be really careful is I'm speeding already, which is nice. It doesn't have nothing that I speed. I'm generally too slow, to be honest. So thanks everybody for stopping by and keeping me company. This is definitely new for me to be streaming on YouTube, and I'm hoping to be able to bounce between the two, because I've got the affiliate status on Twitch. You're limited to streaming on one platform or the other, and what I have been doing is sharing my Twitch streams to YouTube just to get them up here. But you know, it's not the same as a live stream, is it? You know, it's just being able to interact with people, you know, just have a little bit of a chat, find out how people are doing. So now that I know that this works, and thanks everybody for joining me over here, now that I know that it works on YouTube, I can see me alternating between the two really. And if anybody out there wants to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, it doesn't cost anything. Likewise with a like button, feel free to hit both or ignore both. It's an academic point really. The fact that you're here, keep me company. Thank you very much everyone, that's what matters. So actually, this is what it's like here, and for those of you that don't know, I'm in Missouri. I'm in Missouri, USA. They call it the gateway to the west, and it's actually pouring down outside. which is good because I've got a Ford Focus. It's got 149,000 miles on it, and I've never washed it. And that's the good thing about buying a grey car. That's what rain is for. It's it's not lazy, but it doesn't need washing. You know, I mean, everything I drive is on the road. It doesn't look that bad. It's not one of these beat up heaps that is covered in mud from, you know, the front to the back. It's a nice clean-ish car, shall we say. And during the summer months over here, it's so dry, all you end up with is a thin layer of dust, or during spring it's a thin layer of pollen. Then it rains and it all comes off again. So I could never see the point. I was never really into car detailing as such. You know, to me, it's, you know, the car gets me from A to B. It's a Ford Focus, you know, not a Mustang or a Jaguar, so, but it does grand. Alright, quick look at the map. We're on a straight line here. Alrighty, so what do we have? Okay, so we're coming up at the next junction, so we do a right, then a right, then Route 68, followed by a left. Okay. And we're already late, shall we say? Yeah, but yeah, we will say we're late, yeah. So this would be interesting because the last time I was late, nobody complained that I was late. And I don't know why. Maybe I didn't give them a chance to complain. I don't know. And when I said a left and a left, I meant a right and a right. So should be another right here. And I think that I have the traffic set to less than 50%. Oh, love that thunder sound. All of these exit ramps are all starting to look the same size, aren't they? Tiny. Yeah, it's all good. Well, I hope you're enjoying the stream. As I said, this isn't a new simulator, but for me it is. I only picked it up... Okay, I've had it for years, but I actually knocked the dust off and got it out to actually play it the other day for the first time. Just a few days ago, really. Whoa, slow down, James. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and the fact that they're always updating it as well, it is awesome. And I know it's the same developer, TML Studios, as the bus. I have a feeling it's probably a different set of guys and girls. From what I can figure out, there's probably a core team of 6 or 7 people working on this, same as the bus. And one thing that I'm interested about in the bus is because it is based out of Berlin, and the reason that I'm going to say this is because I know that when I got the bus, a few people on my Twitch chat were asking, so do you think they will expand outside of Berlin? And I'm going, you know, they probably will. But this is Fernbus, this expands outside of Berlin, so for them to make Fernbus do the same would be a little bit duplication of effort. So I'm thinking now that I was probably completely wrong. Probably what they will do is just expand around the Berlin area, because it is an intercity bus route. So, you know, I have a feeling it'll probably go to maybe some of the smaller villages around Berlin, and but probably not much more beyond that. And that would make sense. If you want to go intercity, then you have Fernbus. Right. Yeah, keep my lights on, I think. So as I said earlier, it's very, very nice of everybody to stop by. And yeah, YouTube makes a bit of a change. One thing I do miss about Twitch is I'm a moderator, and you know, the actual tools that you have. And when I say moderate, I mean it's not all negative. I mean sometimes just being able to help people out, or you know, and Twitch has the tools to do that. It's YouTube isn't a streaming platform as such. And I was trying to think out the best word. That's probably badly worded, actually. I mean, it is a stream platform, but people look to Twitch as a streaming platform more for the live interaction. They look at YouTube more for the videos, and but I think it's fine. And this is good again. I can feel those cobblestones through the steering wheel. I do need to get one of those butt kickers. But I think before that I probably need to get myself something more of a solid chair as well. I've got a really old office chair, and it's grand, but the leather's wearing off it, and there's no way to actually stop the wheels from moving. Whoa, get on that curb. There's no way to stop the wheels from moving. And there's no locks on the wheels themselves. And I know, we could do bungee cords and things like that and lumps of wood, but I don't know, I could always just buy a couple of those lockable wheels and put them on, actually. In fact, there's a thought. You know what? Yeah, there's a thought. I might actually do that because I like the chair. The black leather on top or the actual tanning is come away. I mean, we're talking over 10 years old, this seat. And might even be older than that, to be honest. There we go, it's better. Didn't even clip the curb then. Man, there we are. Excuse me. Wow. So we're almost an hour late, actually. I'll be very interested to know what the passengers are going to say here, actually. Oh dear, that's terrible though. An hour late. Wow. Okay. Indicators off. Out to gear. Handbrake on. Get all the doors open. Do I need to? Yeah, I need to log out here actually. Yeah. So let's see what we got. Passengers transported, tickets sold, everything's good, stops complete. See, contract with Central, that's what I missed. And it's only like 10 points. So nothing too bad. Service. So what did I get? On schedule. Yeah, and that's another one that's only like 10 points. But if you've only got a few hundred points at a time, it certainly starts to mount up. So it pays to do it right, I guess. Wi-Fi clearance. Oh, there we go. Passenger compartment lighting. I didn't turn that on. You see, so there's 40 points. 30, 40 points already. Air conditioning. Yeah, and the only reason I lost 1 point there is because I turned it on after the lady mentioned it. And there's 10 points for an announcement. But again, with all of these other ones added in, I'll probably stop doing the announcement actually, especially if I'm live streaming. If I do some videos, I might add in there because you can always fast forward on YouTube. Resting quality, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, especially because I was an hour late there, but that was probably my own doing. So traffic rules, perfect, of course. Driving behaviour, oh, safety distance. I always seem to manage to get that and I don't know why. Never quite know why that is. Never mind. But I'm looking forward to, I don't know, maybe 3,000 perhaps when I can actually start driving the Flixbus routes themselves. And at the moment, let's say there's no option to do that. So let's have a look at the map. In fact, you know what, guys and girls, I will be back in a moment. I need to take a quick break. So please feel free to stretch your legs, and I would love it if you want to join me. Even if I'm just in the background, I know you can hear me clucking away like a chicken. Please feel free to hang around. I will be right back.
Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. And no, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start?
And welcome, Dangerous Brian. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yeah, welcome to the tube. It's yeah, not literally, but well, I guess it could be literally. I'm not talking about the tube and tube. I'm talking about YouTube, of course. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. It's yeah, I thought I would make it fairly obvious that I was on the tube. Because many a time I've sat on Twitch. I like Twitch, but I like the tube as well, and I thought let's try and do a stream on it. So welcome. It's we're in Fernbus again today, and it's different. It is definitely different because I keep forgetting things like passengers, lights, air conditioning, leaving doors open, not leaving doors open. There's so much more to actually take into account here, and excuse me a moment, I'm going to cough, hang on. Oh dear. Yeah, so all this blabbing away in a basement in America, it's a very, very dry environment around here, and or down here rather. You end up with a dry throat. So, oh dear, there I am with the so again. I hope you guys and girls can see this. We've been playing this this is probably my fourth or fifth time of playing this. I'm not quite sure which, but I made Berlin is my base actually, and because of that, I've had to actually get experience points, and as I keep emphasising, the experience points are nothing cheesy. They actually make sense. You know, it's like drive further distance, pick up more passengers, gives you experience points, means you can go further. There's no real other way to do it within the sim. So I think the experience points actually do work. You know, don't look at it as you know, like game XP as such. It really does make sense, because when we started it, we could not drive this far, and at the moment, if I wanted to, I could probably drive all the way from Berlin to Dortmund. You know, how cool is that? How cool is that? But at the moment we're in Bielefeld. And so what I'm thinking about doing is driving from Bielefeld, or creating another route perhaps. I'm not quite sure. But what's interesting is it's not lighting up outside of this area, so I'm not sure if I have to restart the game or what there, or maybe at the moment I'm only allowed so far from Berlin. And I was telling everybody earlier, Dangerous Brian, is that I don't read the manual. I'm enjoying learning this as I go along, you know, and if anyone in the chat ever says, hey Jim, you need to do this or you need to do that, I'm more than happy with that. But for me, I'm enjoying learning it as I'm going along. And for most of us, I think, that do sims, you know, other than maybe the flight sims, where you need a lot more information before you can even take off. But for something like this, it's a coach, you know, it's a bus. And yeah, okay. So what are we going to do? So let's have a look at this. Open up the legend, and it says locked bus stops and undiscovered bus stops. So who reads manuals, says Brian. Absolutely, mate. You know, to me, maybe if I'm sitting down with a cup of tea and nothing else to do, I'll read the manual, and then I'll go, you know, that makes sense now. And what I said earlier on about an hour ago is that I was watching some of Squirrel's videos on Fernbus the other day, and it's like it was things that I didn't even realise, didn't even think about, and that's how I enjoy learning stuff, especially with simulators. So here's the thing. So it looks like I can go to Dortmund, but these that are locked, I'm wondering why it's locked. I think it probably is that. I think it's the fact that Berlin is my hub, so it's only allowing me to do a certain area from Berlin. I would have thought it would have redone it from here, so that, you know, maybe I could have went to Luxembourg or something. But yeah, this is the map that I've got at the moment. You know, I do have plans on buying some other DLC. I think they've got the Netherlands, I think. I'm not quite sure. I've not looked into the DLC on this one too much. I've got a bad habit, like many of us, buying DLC never to be seen again. Flight Simulator is a great example of that. Since August last year, I've had Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think the only aircraft I've flown is the Cessna 152, despite constant... Oh, the Blériot. I did a few minutes in the Blériot. But I wanted to do a little bit of touring around this map first, actually. So what I'm probably going to do... So Dortmund, it looks like I can go to. So let's do that. You know what? I don't actually need all these routes in here anymore. Yeah, delete this. I'm going to delete these. You know, these are not set in stone. These are just routes that I made up. Because, as I said, I don't have enough points to actually drive any of the Flixbus routes. And I need to... That's probably one thing that I do need to look into. So we're in Bielefeld. You know what? Let's do... I wonder if I can. That's the thing. I wonder if I can do Bielefeld to Bremen. Yeah, there we go. There's why. It is. It's like we said. It's from Berlin. But as we're in Bielefeld, let's do Bielefeld. Oh, Osnabrück. Yeah, there we go. Let's do Bielefeld, Osnabrück, Bremen. There we go. There's a cracking wee route. Oh, Hamburg. We've got to have Hamburg, haven't we? So I just need to make sure I remember this. Bielefeld, Osnabrück, Bremen and Hamburg. Let's give that a go. Yeah, my only problem is, Brian, you probably didn't see that, but I was an hour late. And let's get the check-in time, 4 minutes. Yeah, there we go. Bielefeld, Osnabrück, Bremen and Hamburg. Okay, continue. So, now I've never actually done this before. Started a new route. You know what? And the game has crashed. Well, that's interesting. Can anyone still hear me on the chat? It looks like you're only allowed into light grey areas. Yeah, and that's the distance from Berlin. But it looks like my sim has crashed, actually. So bear with me while I fix this. So, rather than you watching me mess about, here is some music and I will be right back. Again, second time.
Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. And no, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. But what if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I What you think about? Simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love was in ever again. I lay with my love.